This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today in this session we discuss about what is force.com platform, right? What is force.com platform? All of you able to see my screen? Hello,
Yes, we can
hello.
see.
Yeah,
Yes, we
okay,
can see the screen.
right. No. So in this force.com platform, what exactly force.com platform, right? What's the need of force.com platform? So what scenarios makes to go with that force.com platform? Got my point? So what kind of features provided by the force.com platform to us? So what we can do with the help of this force.com platform? Got my point? In this force.com development, okay, means in Salesforce development, so what are the various programs we are going to learn with the help of this force.com platform? We'll see practically today. We'll see practically today. Got it? See, so basically the Salesforce.com, basically the Salesforce.com, okay, is an organization. Got my point? Is an organization. So which year this one is established? Is founded in 1999. The person, so which person? That is Mark Benioff. Am I right? Mark Benioff founded this Salesforce. Founded this Salesforce. Right? So from the beginning onwards, the Salesforce concentrating on purely on-demand services from the beginning. Okay, so when they started, so 1989, right? So starting onwards, okay, so they are purely concentrating on what? On-demand services. What is the meaning of on-demand? What is the meaning of on-demand? Let's see. Okay, so whatever the applications in the market, okay, whatever the applications in the industry, all the applications will be categorized into two types. All the applications will be categorized into how many types? Two types. So one is on premises, one is on premises, right? On premises applications, and second one is what? Second one is what? On demand. On demand applications. Got it? Okay. So what are the applications as of now in the industry? Okay, whatever the applications we are using, those applications so divided into two types. So one is on premises and second one is what? On demand. On demand. What is the meaning of on premises? What is the meaning of on premises? Whatever the application you are using, whatever the application you are using, that application pre-installed into a local device. Pre-installed into what? Local device. Whatever the device, like laptop, desktop, mobiles, smartphones, tab, any device must install the application if you want to use. If you want to use. Got it? So what is the meaning of on premises? What are the applications you are using? Right? That application will be pre-installed into a local device. Devices means what? Any device, any electronic gadget, laptop, desktop, mobile, smartphones, anything. Right? So first of all, we can install the applications, then only we can use that application. Then only we can use that application. Let us example of Java. Let us example of Java. Got it? Okay, so if you want to develop a Java application, if you want to develop a Java application, first of all, Java programming language has to be installed into a device. Am I right? First of all, what was the Java software? What was the language software? You have to install. You have to install. So nothing but what? It's a on premises. On premises. Right? So what was the application you are installing into your device? So those things called as what? On premises. Got it? So not only this Java, let's go further. If you want to prepare a resume, example, if you want to prepare a resume, obviously you need MS Office. Obviously you need what? MS Office, right? So if you want to write anything in your MS Office, obviously you need to install MS Office. Means what? Microsoft Word document, right? Okay, so not only these things. For example, if you want to make a conversation with your friend, obviously you are using what? Skype, right? Skype, like you can send the audio, video, and some messages, right? Sim what? On-premises application required what? A pre-installed software into your local device. A pre-installed software into your local device. Got it? So those applications called as the what? On-premises application. Right? So we already having on-premises application. Then why we are moving to the on-demand? Why we are moving to the on-demand? Right? So let's see. So Shiva, I don't have any problem with installing a software. Right? I don't have any problem with installing the software. Am I right? Okay. So then what is the reason behind implementing this on-demand application? Right? For example, let's say, okay. So if my customer wants to install a software, if my customer wants install a software, whatever the software you are installing into a device, that device must capable of install that application, like a laptop or desktop. For example, if you go and use older days laptops, for example, if you can use Microsoft 98 OS, right? In that OS, we can use the latest version of what softwares. It's not capable. Am I right? Windows XP, some of the applications are not running. Got it? Okay. So okay, no problem. My customer. Okay, so we are working on laptops and desktops. If in the case my customer using mobile, if in the case my customer using mobile, then the mobile don't have capability allow to install this type of softwares, right? You can install this Java in your mobile. No, it's not possible. Obviously, the Java will be compatible with what? Laptops or desktop only. Laptops or desktop only. Got it? Laptops or desktop only. Okay. So whenever my customer using mobile, right? So the software is not able to install, right? Because we don't have that capability. We don't have that capability. So at that time, what happened? Obviously, we are losing the customers, we are losing the business, we are losing the revenue also, right? For that the reason. Okay, so to avoid this problem, they introduced what? On-demand application. They introduced what? On-demand application. Then what's the meaning of on-demand application? What is the meaning of on-demand application? No need to install anything. Okay, so don't require any pre-installation of the application. Any pre-installation of the application. No need to install anything. Okay, so just we need one browser and internet connection. Just we need what? So one, a browser and internet connection. A browser, and next one is what? Internet. Okay, so if you're having this browser and internet connection, and obviously you can access this on-demand application. Got it? Okay, so whenever you purchase a basic model of a laptop or mobile, okay, so whenever you purchase a basic model of the laptop or mobile, inbuilt browser is available. Am I right? Inbuilt browser is available. So means what? No need to install a separate browser also. Okay, whatever the product, whatever the device you are using, whatever the device, for example, you purchase a new device, new laptop, right? So whenever you switch on it, automatically we are having a browser, Internet Explorer, right? That is browser. The same way, if you purchase a mobile, obviously we are having Google Chrome. Obviously, we are having Google Chrome that mobile. Got it? So means what? So no need to install anything. Simple browser and internet connection. we can access on-demand application. Okay, so this on-demand applications also called as a what? Cloud-based application. What we called as a what? Cloud-based application. This on-demand applications also called as a what? Cloud-based applications. Got my point? Okay, so starting onwards, the Salesforce concentrating and providing the on-demand applications only. Why? Because no need to install anything into local system. Okay, so just we're having a browser and internet connection. Okay, so then you can access. That may be a laptop or desktop, mobile or tab. Okay, so that much of flexibility we are having in our cloud computing. Right. So then Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce means not a cloud computing. Salesforce is not a cloud computing, and a cloud computing is not a Salesforce. Got my point? Salesforce is nothing but what? It's not a cloud computing. Cloud computing is not a Salesforce. Salesforce is different and cloud computing is different. Right? Don't club these two things. These are the two different platforms. Cloud computing is different. Salesforce is different. Why? Because see, so whatever the Salesforce logo we are having, so whatever the Salesforce logo we are having, the Salesforce logo, so behind in backdrop we are having one logo that is called a cloud logo. Don't confuse. Right? So Salesforce is different and cloud computing is different. Okay, so then coming to the cloud computing. Sorry, then account to the Salesforce. What are the services? What are the services provided by the Salesforce? What are the services provided by the Salesforce? So basically, Salesforce provide three services, three category of services to their customers. What are they? What are they? Right. Services offered by what? Salesforce. Services offered by what? Salesforce. Got it. So first one, SaaS means what? Software as a service. Software as a service. Right. Next one is what? PaaS. PaaS is nothing but what? Platform as a service. Platform as a service. Got it. And next third one is what? As infrastructure as a service. These are the three services. Okay, so these are the three services are provided by the Salesforce. Got it. Okay, so these are the three services provided by the Salesforce. Okay, so now what is the need of these services provided on demand? Salesforce basically provide on demand, right? Okay, so then why? What is the requirement of this SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS? Right? Let's see. Let's see one by one. Right? For example, so generally, okay, if you need any programming language to develop any application, am I right? Right? If you want to write a code, if you want to develop something, obviously we need a programming language. Let us take I'm building a banking application in my organization, right? Okay, I have a banking customer. Okay, in order to automate my banking process, okay, in order to maintain my customer data, transaction data, okay, all the end users information, okay, obviously I need one software. Obviously what? I need one software. Okay, so but we don't have any software that automate my banking process. Got my point? Okay, so basically, okay, I'm going to implement one banking application, right? Okay, so means what? Obviously, I need to maintain my customer data. What was the transaction data, my users information, everything I need to maintain, right? If you want to maintain this type of data, and obviously you need some application. right? You need to develop application. Why? Because in the market we don't have any automation process, automate my banking process, right? For that purpose, obviously I need to develop an application, develop an application. Got it? So to develop the application, whatever the programming language is required, whatever the programming language is required, so whatever the technologies we require, or whatever the databases required, okay, whatever the tools required, so each and every tool will be a licensed one. Am I right? Will be a licensed one, right? Obviously, you have to purchase. Obviously, you have to purchase. Means what? We need to invest the huge amount. We need to invest the huge amount. For example, we are having some trial versions also. How many days? So most probably 30 days, 15 days, or 60 days. Right? So, but whatever the application we are implementing, whatever the banking application we are implementing, okay, so that application, so we can use lifelong. We can use what? A lifelong. Right? So obviously we can use a licensed version of the software. Got it? So why? Because the trial versions also available, but trial versions will be what? Only 30 days or 60 days or 15 days, right? So no one providing, okay, so full functionality application for the lifelong. For example, let us take this GoToMeeting. Yeah, I'm using GoToMeeting. Am I right? So this GoToMeeting is a 15 days trial version. So that's the reason. That's the reason. Every 2 weeks once, I'm changing the meeting link. Got it? My point. So Dagjish and Harsha, Rohit, you know, right? So every time, okay. So when we completed administration, so every time 2 weeks after, I'm sending a new link. Why? Because I'm using trial version. I'm not using a licensed version of this GoToMeeting. Trial version will provide what? Only 15 days. The same way. The same way, what was the banking application I'm using? So that is a lifelong application. So I cannot go with this trial, right? Obviously, I need to purchase the license. So means what? The investor invests the huge amount of the money for purchasing these licenses, right? For softwares. For example, it is a big organization; those people can afford this amount, right? If in the case mid or small size organization, those people cannot afford this much of amount, right? To purchase these expensive software licenses. Got my point? For that the reason here, the cloud computing given approaches no need to investing huge amount for the licenses. Got it? So we're having cloud computing concept. We're having cloud computing concept. So before that cloud computing, okay, so no one providing, okay, so no one providing this type of service. But because obviously we need to spend huge amount for these databases, servers, and so on, so on, etc. softwares also. But so when the cloud computing will be, okay, so providing these information like what was the software as a service, and what was the platform as a service, and what was the infrastructure as a service as a rental basis, as a what? A rental basis. Got my point? As a rental basis. Got my point? If you're using cloud computing, okay, so then you can go for the rental basis. So before introducing this cloud computing, we don't have any rental concept in our IT industry, right? Okay, so before this cloud computing, so we are investing huge amount for software, platforms, and tools. But in cloud computing, we are taking, so these are the rental basis. These are the what? Rental basis, right? Okay, so what happened? So everyone can access the software. Everyone can access the software as service, platform as service, infrastructure. Means what are the services provided by the cloud computing? So we can access as a rental basis. We can access what? As a rental basis. Got my point? So what is the meaning of rental basis? What is the meaning of rental basis? Let us take example of your electricity bill. Electricity bill, right? Okay, so from monthly starting onwards, so first to 30th, we are using your services. We are using electricity. After completion of the 30 days, you're getting bill, you're paying the amount. Okay, so how much you are using, how much you are utilized. Okay, so just you are paying for the that one only, right? So how much we are using, You are same for that one only. Best example in the market. Okay, see in olden days, okay, 5 6 years back, okay, what were the call charges? What were the call charges? Obviously, they are charging for the minute, right? If the call conversation will be 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever it may be, they are charging for the 60 seconds, 1 minute. But now, second to second. But now, second to second, like that. Am I right? Okay, so if you don't have cloud computing concept, and obviously we are investing huge amount for the servers and databases and tools, softwares. Got my point? Got my point? For example, I'm using the software for only 3 months. Right? You can pay the amount for the 3 months only. Why you're paying the lifetime? Got my point? So pay and use service provided by the what? This cloud computing. So then, so that's the reason so many organizations, so many people's using this cloud computing. Why? Because here, what was the investment that is very, very low? What was the investment that is very, very low? So everyone can afford the investment, right? Okay, so everybody is starting to utilizing that. We can capture more customers and more, we can generate a more revenue, right? We can get the more profit also. Got it? So now the IT industry will be everything on cloud computing. Means what? All are a rental basis. All are what? Rental basis. Right? So directly anyone can access this cloud computing. Directly anyone can access these services. Got it? Then coming to the point, see, Salesforce provided what? A software as a service. Software as a service. So what was the software is necessary to build your application? All the applications they are provided. All the applications they are provided. Okay. Salesforce.com. Okay. So provide was it's a first CRM. CRM is nothing but what? Customer relationship management. What's the meaning of CRM? Customer relationship management. In this customer relationship management, you can do the marketing, you can do the sales, and you can provide the service also. Service also. So this is the world first on-demand CRM application. Okay, so in the industry, right? So world's first on-demand, right? On-demand CRM in the industry, right? So before that, what? So before that, if you want to access the CRM, obviously you need to purchase lifelong or yearly basis, like that, right? So but the Salesforce provide one CRM, right? That CRM is a what? On demand. No need to install anything. Directly you can access. Directly you can access. This is a what? World first on demand CRM in the industry, right? So then, my question is, yes, we are having the SaaS. We are having the SaaS. So then why we are having this PaaS? Platform as a service. Got my point? So everything Salesforce is provided, na? Right? Everything is Salesforce provided, like an on-demand application. No need to install it. It's a very good, right? This is the advantage. They're providing something. What's that? Only CRM, customer relationship management, right? So we can sell the products, right? So we can get the profit and we can provide the service to my customers. For example, I want, okay, I want to develop a new custom application. I want to develop a new custom application. I don't want the CRM. So what was the software provided by the Salesforce? I don't want, right? I want to implement new thing. I want to implement a new thing, right? So in that condition, you can go for this platform as a service. That condition, you can go for this platform as a service. What's the meaning of platform service? If you want to implement any application, then you can go here platform, right? So what's the platform application? So platform application, okay. So what's it a platform? So it's a development environment. It's a development environment. Okay. So which provides a which provides a collection of services, to develop your custom applications, right? So if you want to develop any custom applications as per the your requirement or as per the client requirement, okay, so then you can go here the platform, then you can use this platform, got my point? Got my point? Okay, so here, so what was the platform offered by the Salesforce? What was the platform offered by the Salesforce? Platform is nothing but what? If you want to implement it, right? If you want to develop, right? If you want to develop, obviously we need one platform. So what was the platform provided by the Salesforce? What was the platform provided by the Salesforce? Salesforce offered, right, a platform. What's that platform? Salesforce offered one platform. So what's that platform? So that is called the Force.com platform. That is called the what? Force.com platform. Right. Okay. So this is a on-demand platform. This is what? On-demand. Right. So nothing but what? So cloud platform. What is the meaning of on-demand? What is the meaning of cloud? I think you know very well. Right. So no need to install anything. For example, so if you want to develop a, okay, if you want to develop a simple Java program, obviously you need to install, right? A simple C program, obviously you need to install. But here the Salesforce offered a platform, that is Force.com platform, right? No need to install anything in your laptop. Directly you can access. Through the browser and internet connection. Any device, even though mobiles also, even though tabs also, even though desktops also, even though what, laptops also, right? Right. Okay, means what? So this is the world first on-demand platform. No need to install anything. No need to install anything. Right. Okay. So that. So what are the things provided by this platform? Okay. So we can customize the existing Salesforce CRM application. Right. See here, the Salesforce provided one CRM. Right. You can customize that one. Or okay, so we can leverage the existing Salesforce CRM application functionality. Right. We can customize that one, or we can do some new things also, right? So as per the requirement, so we can build our own applications, right? Means what? So we can customize the existing Salesforce CRM application. Got it? We can customize the existing Salesforce CRM applications. Got it? Or second one is what? By using this force.com, by using this force.com by using this force.com platform, right? So we can build our own application. By using this force.com platform, we can build our own applications, right? We can build our own applications. Got my point? So we can build our own applications. This is the second one. And coming to the third one, by using this force.com platform, so we can integrate the Salesforce platform with the external system also. We can integrate the Salesforce platform to the what? External system also. Got it? So we can integrate the what? Salesforce applications, so to the with any external systems. What is the meaning of external systems? What is the meaning of external system? So like Java, right? So like Java, right? Next .NET, right? SAP, Oracle, etc. Right? So we can integrate what was the application you created, what was the application you created, you implemented. Okay, so that application should be integrated with any other external platforms also. What was the first one? So we can customize the applications. Next one is what? So we can build our new application, our own applications. Next one is what? We can integrate the Salesforce applications with the other external systems also, other external platforms also. Got it? So what was the platform provided by the Salesforce? That is Force.com platform. In this Force.com platform, we can customize what was the CRM we are having, right? So I have to do some modifications. Right? Okay. So you can go there. You can go to the development. Platform is nothing but for developing. You can customize, right? So then you can create a new application. Then you can integrate with our external system. You can integrate with our what? External system, right? So what is this platform development? What is this platform development? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. For example, so if you want to develop any application, we're having basically three layers. So first one is what? So that is a database. A database layer. That is what? A database layer, right? So we can call as this one also. We can call this one also a backend, right? We can call this one also what? Backend. And second one is what? So front end. Second one is what? Front end. So this is called the what? User interface, right? User interface. Front end means what? User interface. And next, coming to third one, a business logic, right? We can call this one is what? Controller. Got it? We can call this one is what? Controller. Got it? So if you want to build any application, obviously we need these three layers. Obviously, we need how many layers? Three layers. One is database, and second one is front end, and third one is what? Business logic. What is the meaning of database? What is the meaning of database? Right. So for example, okay. So for example, let's see. I'm going to create a application that is called so maintaining the employee details. I'm going to maintain what? Employee details. So this is my application. This is my what? Application. Right. So if you maintain these employee details, first one is what? Obviously we need database layer. Obviously need a database layer. So what is the functionality of this database layer? Why we are using? Right. So why we are using? Got it. So let's see. This is my database. Right. So this is my database. This is my database. Under this database, what we are having? Under this database, what we are having? For example, employee details. Employee details is nothing but what? Obviously, I need to maintain. First one is what? Employee name, right? First one is what? Employee name, and second one is what? Employee age, right? And third one is what? Employee salary, right? Okay, I want to maintain these three things. I want to maintain these three information, right? If you want to maintain these three information, obviously you want to store this information in your database. Obviously, if you want to store this information in your database. Got it, my point? So if you want to store this information, and obviously we need one table. We need what? One table, right? Table is nothing but what? Rows and columns, right? We are building a what? Table, a simple table, right? So this is what? Employee, for example, name, like ID. We are providing ID. The next one is what? Name, and here the salary. Got it? Got it? Okay, I want to maintain this information. I want to maintain this information. Where? On database. On database. Right. So if you want to implement, if you want to, for example, one. Okay. So Harsha. Right. So salary. Right. So like that. Right. I know as a developer, I know how to implement this one. As a developer, I know how to this implement. So why? Because if you want to write, if you want to store anything here in this database layer, right? If you want to store anything here, a database layer, obviously you need to write a program language. Obviously you need to write the code, right? Obviously you need to write the code. As a developer, I know. As a developer, I know how to write the code and everything. How to write the code, everything. For example, my customer is end user, so they don't know how to write, how to store this information on my database, how to store this information on my database. Got my point? Got my point? So then, obviously, I need to provide one user interface. Obviously, I need to provide one user interface to my customer. Obviously, I need to provide one user interface. What is the meaning of user interface? So that is called the front end. That is called the what? Front end. Right. So here in this user interface, so what we are having? What we are having? First one. First one is what? Employee ID. Right. And second one is what? Name of the employee. Name. Right. And third one is what? Salary. You got it. So these three fields I'm going to maintain in my front end. Am I right? I'm going to maintain these three fields in my front end. Come here. So these are the output fields, and obviously I need to provide the input fields also. What is the meaning of input fields? You are going to enter. You are going to enter something input. You are going to enter something input. Right here you are entering the employee ID. Here you are entering the employee name, and you are entering what? Employee salary also. Employee salary also. Right. So this is called the what? This is called the what? Front end. This is called the what? Front end. This is called the what? Front end. Right. Or we can call as the uh, graphical user interface. Right. So we can call as the view also. Right. Next, we can call as the screens. We're having multiple names for this front end. Right. Don't confuse. Okay. We can call as the screens also. And we can call as a presentation layer also. Presentation layer. Right. So this is called the what? Front end. This is called the what? Front end. Got my point now? Got my point? This is my database, right? So here database we are storing the record information, my employee information, right? So I know how to store the information on database. Why? Because so I'm writing programmatically, but my client, my customer, so don't know how to write the code to save this information on my database. So that's the reason. Obviously, I am providing one user interface. Okay, so here they're entering information like Shiva. Got it. Oh, sorry. Employee ID. So 003, right? So name Shiva. Next one is what? Salary 10,000. Right. So how can I submit this information? How can I save this information in my database? Obviously here I'm providing one button. So that button called as the what? Insert. Right. So that is called the what? Insert. I am providing what? One simple button. So that button. So whenever the end user clicks there, whenever the end user clicks on that button, and obviously it will be goes to my database. Right. Insert. Right. So one more button is there. So that is called the cancel. Right. One more button is there. So that is called the what? Cancel. Got it. Cancel. See, whenever I click here insert button, and obviously that information will be goes to my database layer. Goes to my database layer. So we cannot send this information directly to the database. We cannot send this information directly to database. Okay, why? Because so there is no that much of intelligence to this front end, right? So there is no that much of intelligence to this front end to save the information on a database. Obviously, we need one mediator, that is called the business logic. That is called the what? Controller. That is what controller. Got my point? That is what controller, right? So obviously we need so one mediator. So that is called the what? Controller, right? So then I am going to provide one controller here. Here, this is my controller. Like what? Business logic, right? This is what my business logic. Business logic, or we can call as the what? Controller. We can call as the what? Controller also. Got my point? So then what happened? Let's see. Let's see what happened. Okay, so we cannot store the information directly to my database layer. So with the help of this, controller, I'm saving. With the help of this controller, I'm saving. Right. So whenever we are clicking here insert button, and obviously we are sending that information. Obviously, we are sending that data to my controller first of all. Controller, right? So first the controller will be receive this information, and this information will be a processor to my database. Okay, processor to my database according to the instructions we are providing. According to the what were the instructions we are provided. So based on that instructions, okay, so we are sending the information to my database. We are sending the information to my database, right? So once the database will be stored, okay, once the data will be stored, that information, and obviously whenever the user want to open that information, okay, so then we are getting back that information. Got the point? Okay, so this UI part, okay, what was the user interface? This user part, so they don't have that much of intelligence to store the information directly, right? So they don't have that much of intelligence to store the information directly. So that's the reason here we are using business logic controller. So this controller will be what? So here we are writing the program. Here we are writing what? A program, right? For example, see the employee salary. If we are having a more than 90,000, so we cannot store that information. So that is one logic, right? So if you stored already one user interface, one employee name, you cannot allow to store that employee name in my database, right? So that is one logic. So that type of logics we are providing here, right? That type of logic we are providing here. Got my point? So we are having, if you want to implement any application, obviously we are having three layers. So one is database layer, and second one is your front end, and third one is what? Business logic, and third one is what? The business logic. Got my point? Got it my point? Okay, so what was the three layers here we are using? What was the three layers here we are using, right? So this is what? This is what? First one. This is what? This is called the visual force pages. The visual force pages. Okay, with the help of visual force pages, okay, so we are implementing this front end. We are implementing this front end. Got it? And next, the second one, business logic. Business logic. So this is called the Apex programming language. Apex programming language. Right? By using this programming language, we are implementing this controllers, this business logic, this business logic. Next, what about the database? Right? What about the database? We are implementing the database? No. We're implementing database? No. By defaultly, Salesforce provides all the database to us. All the database. So that is called the ORM technology. That is called the what? ORM technology. What is the meaning of ORM? ORM is nothing but object relational mapping. Object relational mapping. Right? So by defaultly, we are getting this ORM technology by Salesforce. Right? See, obviously we know what is the administration. Right? In that administration, okay, so we are not creating any database. We are having simple UI. We are entering the information. We are storing the values. We are storing the records. Where we are storing database only. Right? By default, the Salesforce provide what? ORM. That is called what? object relational mapping. Object relational mapping. Right. So then coming to the point. So in this development course, so we are learning how to prepare this UI, right? And how to prepare this business logic. Why? Because what was the database that's provided by the Salesforce itself, right? We are going to create this front end part, and what was the logical part? What was the logical part? Okay, so for the front end, we are using Visual Force pages, and for the back end, we are using this. Sorry, for this logical thinking, we are going for this Apex programming language. Let's see what are the things we are having here in this Apex programming language. Right. Okay. So here in this force.com platform, we are providing what? Two things. Right. So we are providing what? Two things. What are they? So one is Apex language. So one is what? Apex language. And second one is what? Visual Force pages. Second one is what? In shortcut, we are calling as VF pages. Okay. So VF pages. Got my point? So what are the things? Okay, what are the things we are going to learn in this Visual Force Apex programming? Right? Apex programming is a object-oriented programming language. So which is used to build the business logic for your application. Got my point? Okay. So what is the meaning of Apex programming language? So Apex programming language is an object-oriented programming language. Right? Object-oriented programming language. Right? So which is used to build the a business logic, right? Which is used to build a business logic, right? This one, business logic, like controller. Got it? So that's the purpose we are writing this Apex programming language. Got it? So what we are learning this Apex language, so first one, okay, what was the fundamentals of the Apex programming language? Fundamentals of Apex programming language. Right. See, so what we're having here, so nothing but some basic building logics. Basic building blocks, right? And coming to the second one, so what was the object-oriented programming language? Got it. So what we're having in this object-oriented programming language, first one is what? Encapsulation. Okay. Next, inheritance, polymorphism. We are discussing over there in this object-oriented language. Coming to the second one, right? So what was the collection of classes? What was the collection classes available here, right? So means what? List, right? Set and map. We are discussing these two things also, list, set and map. And coming to the third one, so query language, right? So SOQL and SOSL. What is the meaning of SOQL? Salesforce Object Query Language. Salesforce Object Query Language. SOSL means what? Salesforce Object Search Language. Salesforce Object Search Language. Salesforce Object what? Query Language. And next one is what? Salesforce Object Search Language. Right. So what is the meaning of this SOQL and SOSL? SOQL is nothing but what? Just we are selecting the information by using select keyword. SOSL means what? We are finding the information like a search engine. We are finding the information, right? What was the database? What were the values? What was the information we are having? We are finding here. So here we are selecting. Got it? No problem. We'll see in depth. We'll see in depth later, right? And coming to the fourth one, so that is DML operations, right? So what is meant by DML operation? Like how to insert the data, right? Update the data, right? Upset the data, right? And delete the data. So through programmatically. So we know how to insert, update, delete the data. Okay, in declarative model in administration. We already discussed, right? Okay, and next one. Coming to the fifth one, triggers. Like what was the logical statements, right? And coming to the sixth one, email programming, and coming to the seventh one, Apex sharing rules, and coming to the eighth one, so batch Apex. So we can call that the batch programming. We call it the batch programming, right? So we call it as a batch Apex. We can call as what? Batch Apex. And coming to the ninth one, schedule programming. We call as the schedule Apex. This one. Okay. And coming to the 10th one, next one, asynchronous programming. This is also very important. Asynchronous programming. And coming to the 11th one, we are adding some test classes, right? We are writing some test classes to check the code coverage. To check the what? Code coverage. We are writing the test classes, right? So why we are checking the code coverage? So what was the application you are implementing? What was the programs you are implementing? So that programs, okay, so it should be error free, right? So if I'm having errors, how can I move to my production, right? How can I move my production? So that's the reason. Obviously, we need to check the code. We need to write the test classes, test that code. So whenever we're having more than 75% of the code coverage, so then only, so we are moving to the production. That is called the what? The deployment, right? That is called what? Deployment. We're having different types of deployments. Is the so first one is what? Chain sets, right? And next one is of Eclipse IDE, right? And next one is what? So version controlling tools, right? Next one is what? Force.com migration tool, force.com migration tools, okay. And next one is what? ANT scripts, right? So we are discussing these information, okay, so in Apex programming language, right? So in logical statements, in controller, see, we are learning this one. Then coming to the water, next one is what? A visual force. Next one is what? A visual force, right? So in visual force, what we are discussing, like a pages, visual force pages. So front end pages, right? So what was the controllers we are having? So we'll see that controllers first, right? Okay. So these are the information we are learning in our force.com development, right? Simply called was Salesforce development. Okay. So we are learning two parts. One is Apex language, and second one is what? Visual force pages, right? So basically in our Salesforce, we are having two types of customization. One is what? A declarative customization, and second one is a programmatic customization, right? See, we can create the records. We can create the records through the declarative model also, right? Like point and click, right? Point and click. Okay, what was the Salesforce given some default, okay, so default structure, default applications, so we can use by using declarative model, declarative customizations, like administration, right? So we written anything, any code on administration? No, we didn't run anything. But coming to the development, it's a purely program. It's a purely program. So then you will get one doubt, Shiva. So I don't have any programming language, right? I don't have any experience. Then how can I write? Then how can I write? So that's the reason. See, that's the reason here. Okay, I'm starting the sessions from the scratch onwards. Fundamentals of the Apex programming language. So here we are using Apex programming language, right? So what was the basics? What was the object-oriented programming language? Everything from the scratch, everything from the scratch, right? So whatever the information I'm providing to you, right? Whatever the guidelines I'm providing to you, you have to follow those guidelines. Okay, what I'm sending the what documents, you have to read, you have to practice, right? You have to complete your assignments. Whatever the assignments I'm providing to you, you have to complete. Got it? Okay, so don't worry. So as a fresher or as a learner, okay, so you can start learning this we can start learning this development. What development? But before that, obviously you need to complete this administration. Why? Because so then only you completed administration, so then you will get the knowledge easily. So without completion of admin also we can learn it, but it's too difficult, so you cannot get the point what was the logical things we are having. See, for example, see, so I have one application is there. Okay, so I'm going to build this application. So before that, I already created one structure. Before that, I already created one structure. Right? I already created one structure. In the structure, so what was the modules? What was the things I am going to? What was the functionality I am going to create? Okay, everything will be predefined like a blueprint. For example, so one feature, so we can implement through the development. Sorry, admin only means declarative model. Okay, so once you develop this one is declarative model, so then you can move to the development and just you can do the customization, right? So means what are the things we can develop? Okay, so by using declarative model, obviously first we need to know, right? For every scenario, no need to write the programs. Keep on writing the programs. Use what? You need to test that, right? So testing is nothing but what? It's a difficult. Writing the program is also difficult, right? So that's the reason what are the applications we are going to implement. Okay, so first we have to check with your declarative model, right? So whether so without writing the code, is it possible to create that one or not? Is it possible to create that one or not? First we need to check. So that's the reason what was the admin is a benefit to learn this development. Got it? Got my point? Okay, so here, then coming to the point, so every day, okay, so every day I'm providing so 1 hour session, right? So 1 hour session, okay, so that 1 hour should be recorded. 1 hour should be recorded, right? What was the session we recorded? Okay, I will send it to you through the Google Drive. I will send it to you through the Google Drive. Got it? So every day I'm providing some assignment, right? So you have to complete the task and then you can attend the sessions. No problem. Without completing also you can attend, right? See, so whenever you're having any doubts, okay, I'm providing my WhatsApp number, right? So whenever you're having any doubt, okay, so just you can contact me on WhatsApp, or otherwise just you can send me that information to the email. Just you can send me out through the email and WhatsApp, right? Okay, so I will send what was the interview questions, right? Interview questions and what was the real-time scenarios. What was the real-time scenarios also. Okay, so in real time, how we are implementing the challenge, how we are overcome the challenge. So that type of scenarios also I'm providing. So what are the latest interview questions, everything I will provide. Okay, so then I will provide the guidance to complete your certification also. Okay, so certification also. But don't worry about so what are the languages we need to learn this development and everything. Obviously we need to know what are the oops concept and what was the HTML CSS, that information. HTML CSS, some framework for this implementing this Visual Force pages, And coming to the Apex programming language, obviously you need to know what was the OOPS concept, right? Java basics. So don't worry, everything will start on scratch onwards. I will teach you scratch onwards. Then how many hours it will took to complete this development? So minimum of 45 hours. Minimum 45 hours. Minimum 45 hours. See, in the market, someone providing 15 days to 20 days also, right? See, I have some predefined and structured content is there. Okay, so if I want to complete that structured content, obviously it requires a minimum 45 hours. Maximum, I don't know. Maybe if you go for the 50 hours or 60 hours also. Sometimes means when. For example, okay, so I given one example. So when the program will be start, okay, I given one example. Okay, so you didn't understand that one. So then what happened? Obviously, I need to change that. Obviously, I need to change that. What example? Right? It will take some time. Got it? So that's the reason. What? Obviously, it will take some more time to complete our curriculum. So minimum is 45 hours. Got it? So every day 1 hour it should be recorded. I'm providing assignments, so you can contact through email or WhatsApp. I'm sending the interview questions and real-time scenarios and a certification. See, I am not providing any theoretical information in this session. I'm not providing any theoretical information sessions. Got it? It's a purely a practical. It's a purely a practical. Right? It's a purely a practical. Right? So you have to write the notes. So when I'm teaching, you have to write the notes when I'm teaching. And if you're having any doubts also, you can let me know. We'll clear at the time only. Got it? But I'm not providing any theoretical content to you. Got it? See, after completion of the course, I will send some documents to you for reference. I will send documents to you. Right? So then you will go the documents and you will get the knowledge. Got my point? Right? Okay. So what was the basics and everything I will teach you. So don't worry about it. Right? Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Now tell me any doubts. Jagadish, Josna, Nagendra, Rohit, and Sriharsha.
Are you going to take any session on Saturday, Sunday also?
What?
Are you going to take any session on Saturday and Sunday also?
No. It's a purely weekdays. Okay. So only Monday to Friday. So for example, if I'm in US also, I'm following US timings only. Got it? So Monday to Friday, US timings. Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, there is no sessions, week off. Got it? So don't worry, I will provide some work to you. Right? So don't worry, I will provide some work to you. I will send some question answers also, like interview questions. Then you can practice. That's Saturday, Sunday. So when we start the sessions on Monday, okay, and obviously I will ask some questions and I will provide some tasks to you also. Got it? Next.
Are you going to start from admin or directly from development?
See, basically admin is required. For example, if you're not at completed administration, okay, so we'll start the administration. Then after development, right? Okay, so this is what a development demo. Admin is nothing but it's a very easy. Okay, so there is no pre-request, so not an issue, right? See, so for completing this development, we are having a 45 hours now. Then complete to the development. This 45 hours for the development. Coming to the administration, so we require only 15 hours. 15 hours. No problem. So within 1 week, so daily 2 hours also, it's not an issue for the administration. Right? Because administration nothing but what everything is a declarative model, right? Everything is in front of our eye, right? So we can see that one, we can work on it. So once you know the logic, it's not an issue. Just you can implement and you can create anything. Got it? So for the administration, simply it required only 15 hours. Required was only 15 hours. Got it? So no problem, Rohit. So once we discuss and then after we will start. Yeah, what about Jagadish, Jyotsna and Nagendra? Having any doubts? Having any doubts? Hello? Hello?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. Okay, so no problem. So if you're having any doubts, let me know. So we'll clear. Right? Yeah, Rohit, can you please ping me on WhatsApp? We'll discuss. Right? Yeah, Sriharsha and Jagadish. Got it. So we'll see
All right,
tomorrow.
sir.
Right? So once we fix the timings, and we'll see you on the next session. Okay, so thanks for attending. Bye. Have a nice day.
You too, sir. Sure. Thank you.